नमस्ते बिटियाओं, हमेशा खुश रहिए और स्वस्थ रहिए। दिस इज़ JVN ब्रिजेश कुमार यादव, फैकल्टी ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड मेथडोलॉजी, ज्योति विद्यापीठ, वुमेंस यूनिवर्सिटी जयपुर। I welcome to all of you in my digital class. Students, today I have prepared this lecture for BSc B.Ed ZBC 8th semester. Paper is subject is botany and paper is biotechnology. The topic is transgenic plants. Students, this is one of the most interesting and important even from the examination point of view. This topic is very important, so that's why I have taken it for today. Today we are going to see some of the interesting facts, historical background, the procedure, how it get developed, all those things. Before going to start, some of the terms which are frequently used in transgenic plants, we will see them. Okay, so let's start in that group. First one is transgene. As you know that the topic is transgenic plant. There are many other names of this transgenic plant, such as transgenic crops, genetically modified plants, genetically modified organism, in short GMO, genetically engineered. Different names are there, but the concept is same for all. So what are transgenes? That name is included in title, that is transgenic plant. So first we need to understand what is transgene. Okay, transgene is a foreign gene, genetic material that has been transferred naturally or by any of a number of genetic engineering techniques from one organism to another organism. Okay, so it means a gene which is not present naturally or before in a particular plant, and we are going to insert that gene into the plant, that is known as transgene. It can be as a exogenous genes which are inserted from the outside. Okay, so that is transgene. And the procedure of the insertion of this transgene, that phenomena of introduction of exogenous DNA, that is transgene, into the genome to create and manipulate and maintain a stable and heritable character, that is known as process transgenesis. And transgenic plants, what are transgenic plants? So the plants having transgene is known as transgenic plants. The plant whose genome is altered. Why? Because of the insertion of that exogenous gene. By addition, one or more transgenes are known as transgenic plants. Okay, so students, please remember these terms and definitions which will help you to understand the concept which we are going to study. Now, why this genetically engineered plant or GMO plants, crops required? Why we need it? What are the significance? Okay, so I have listed some of the points. Because of this reason, we need genetically engineered plant. First one is to improve the agricultural, horticultural, ornamental value of a crop plant. Suppose we want to enhance the quality and quantity of a particular plants, so for that purpose this genetic engineering will help to achieve that goal. Second is resistance to certain pest, disease, environmental conditions. Next is reduction of spoilage, Next is resistance to chemical treatment such as resistance to herbicide, and last is improving the nutrient profile, nutrient value of a particular crop. So students, these are the some of the points which force us, compelled us to use genetically modified crops, plants. Okay. Now some of the historical backgrounds of this GMO transgenic plants, how it developed, what are the contribution of different scientists. We'll see some of the historical background. So in this concern, in 1982, for the first time, first transgenic plant produced, which is an antibiotic resistance tobacco plants. Students, I am strongly recommending that this tobacco plant, first transgenic plant, you should remember this plant name, because in competitive exams they used to ask, and I am the witness of this question, that in many competitive exams I have found this question, which one is the first transgenic plant, okay, and which kind of it is, resistance or soil or nutrient, whatever it is. So anyhow, you remember this plant name, which one is the first GMO plant, that is tobacco. Next is in 1984, first successful plant genetically engineered experiments was done by using coli mosaic virus vector, colimo vector, that is. Student, colimo vector is the vector, means genome of cauliflower mosaic virus, which used as a vector, okay, in a short it is known as CMV. So this is the first experiment where they have used this in transgenic plant. Next one is in 1994, first genetically modified crop approved for the sale in US was Flavor Saver tomato. Again students, this is important point to be remembered, which one is the genetically modified plant approved for the sale, that is Flavor Saver tomato. What is it? A tomato that will not soften while ripening on the vine. A tomato implanted with a gene from E. coli. The transgenic tomato would allow tomatoes to be shipped safely, keep them cooler and have their natural flavor, increase shelf life. In brief, Flavor Saver is a tomato which has increased shelf life. How? You might be knowing that as a botany student, how plant ripen. There is a concept of middle lamella. When their cell membrane is dissolved, some of the biomolecules get dissolved, degraded, that leads to the softening of the cell wall, that leads to ripening of crop. After that will be degraded. That was the concept in tomato. But during shipping, during transport, it is very soon to get ripened and degraded. So to delay this ripening, the gene of E. coli has been inserted into the tomato so that it can reduce the ripening, means delay the ripening, that leads to the increase the shelf life of tomato, that is Flavor Saver. Okay. Next one is in 1994, the European Union approved genetically engineered tobacco resistant to the herbicide, that is bromoxynil, first commercially engineered crop marketed in the Europe. That was the first time. Next is BT crops. You might be knowing that BT cotton and BT brinjal. These are the two GMO crops which were in news in India in few years back. And BT cotton is still approved, but BT brinjal is banned in India due to some environmental issues and political issues. But anyhow, in 1995, BT, that is potato, was approved by the US Environmental Protection Agency, making it the country's first pesticide producing crop. Here, example is only potato, but this BT can be inserted into other crops. Next is in 1996, for the first time, that first genetically modified flower, that is moon dust, bluish colored carnation, was introduced. Just for the sake of showpiece, this petunia plant has been developed with the help of genetic engineering. Next one is in 2000, golden rice with beta carotene developed with increased nutrient value. This is one of the most important GMO plants, and most of the competitive exams they used to ask golden rice, what is it, which kind of gene inserted, which kind of nutritional value it has. Okay, so don't ignore it. Now something about the requirements which are necessary for the development of transgenic plants. So these are the points, requirements. First one is a target genome which you are going to insert. Second is a vector to carry that desired gene. Third is modification of the foreign DNA to increase the level of gene expression. Next one is method to deliver the plasmid DNA into the cell. Fifth is methodology to identify the transformed cell. Next is tissue culture to recover the viable plants from the transformed cells. Now BT insect resistant plants development. As I have already mentioned that BT is stand for Bacillus thuringiensis. This is an soil bacterium whose spore contain a crystalline protein which is toxic in nature for the insects. In the insect gut, the protein break down to release a toxin known as delta endotoxin, and this toxin bind to the midgut of the insect, creates pore in the intestinal lining, which leads to the iron imbalance, paralysis of digestive system, and ultimately lead to the death of the insect. So in this way, this toxin kill the insects. Okay, different version of cry gene, also known as BT gene, has been identified. Okay, so this toxic crystalline protein encoded by cry gene. Now this is the schematic diagram which indicate how this endotoxin kill the insects. The gene responsible for the producing endotoxin is isolated from BT, that is bacterium, and cloned into the plants to develop resistance to the insects. Whenever this gene is inserted into the any particular plant, and that plant will be chewed by insect, so this toxin will enter into the body of insect, because this toxin is already present in the plants of that transgenic. Now in insects, in the presence of alkaline pH of insect gut, it will get activated in the actual form, that is endotoxin. Now this endotoxin will do its job to kill the insects. So in this way it is helpful. Now some of the important crops which are successful for the farmers will discuss, and in this group first one is BT cotton. You might be knowing the name of this BT cotton, and on commercial level in India it is allowed to grow. Okay, this BT cotton is a genetically modified plant, insect resistant cotton. BT toxin kills the cotton ball worm, that is the insect. Now this transgene is obtained from Bacillus thuringiensis. Next one is herbicide resistant crop, EPSP synthase. Now another genetically modified crop have been developed, that is soybean. Apart from that, another is maize, mustard. To kill the herbicides, that is EPSP synthase. This is an important enzyme which is responsible for the synthesis of aromatic amino acids. You might be knowing that there are few aromatic amino acids which are the basic components of proteins which is required. Okay, so this is another example of genetically modified plants. Next one is genetically modified papaya, virus resistant papaya, resistant to papaya ring spot virus. That transgene is taken from virus coat protein. Now what are the advantages of transgenic plants? First one is improvement in nutritional value of food. We have seen the golden rice which increase the nutritional value of rice. Second is increase in farmers income. Next one is increase in food supply, that is GMO tomato. More convenient and flexible to use, safe environment through decreased use of pesticides, improved the quality of ground and surface water with less pesticide residues, safe to non-target organisms and human beings. So students, in this way we have seen some of the examples of transgenic crops, how transgenic crop developed, some of the historical backgrounds, and some of the terms. So in this way today we have completed this transgenic crops. On next turn we will take some other topics. Thank you very much.